Hello, students. Today we are covering lesson 7.2 on complementary and supplementary angles. Follow along with me in your textbook on page 278. On page 278, I would like you to write down the key ideas, starting with complementary angles. Two angles are complementary angles when the sum of the measures is 90 degrees. So here we have angle that's 30 degrees, and here we have an angle that's 60 degrees. When you find the sum, you add them together. So 30 plus 60 equals a 90-degree angle. So here we can see that angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary since they add up to 90 degrees. The next vocabulary is supplementary angles. And when two angles are supplementary angles, their sum measures up to 180 degrees. So here you'll see angle 3 and angle 4. If angle 3 is 135 degrees and angle 4 is 45 degrees, the sum is equal to 180 degrees when you add them. So therefore, they are supplementary angles. So pause the video and copy this down. Include the drawings, please. Example 1 is classifying pairs of angles on page 278. We need to tell whether the angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither. So to find out, we have to add the angles together. So here I have a 70-degree angle plus a 110-degree angle. When I add up the sum, it equals 180 degrees. So here it is supplementary, since the sum is 180. Now here I have a drawing for B, and I find the sum 41 plus 49. When I add up the degrees, I'm going to show my work over here so I don't make a mistake. That equals 10. 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. It is 90 degrees. So this is actually a right angle, and the sum of the measures is complementary since they add up to 90 degrees. Now, if we take a look at C, you have a 128-degree angle plus 62-degree angle. I'm going to show my work over here to the right. 128 plus 62. I'm going to see if they add up to 180. Whoops. Let's try that again. 128 and 62. Ooh, that adds up to 190 degrees. So in this case, it's neither, because it doesn't equal 90 and it doesn't equal 180. So therefore, it's not complementary or supplementary. Now I would like you to try on your own numbers 1 through 3. Tell me if the angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither, and show the math, show the addition to prove your answer is true. Example 2, using complementary and supplementary angles. Tell whether the angles are complementary or supplementary, then find the value of x. So here for angle A, I see a right angle. Since a right angle is equal to 90 degrees, I know this is complementary. And now I'm going to solve for x. Since it's complementary, it equals 90 degrees. So if I add the angle here for 4x plus the angle here for 36 degrees, it should add up to 90. So now I just solved the equation. I want to isolate the 4x. So my first step would be to subtract 36 to both sides. Bring down everything else. So 4x equals, when I subtract, I get 54. Divide by 4 to both sides. And I'm going to show my work here. 4 goes into 54 once. Subtract 4. Bring down 14. 4 goes into 14 3 times, which is 12. Subtract, and you get 2 left over. I'm going to add a decimal point. Bring down a 0, and I get 13.5 degrees. So x is 13.5. If I wanted to find out the value of this angle here, I would multiply 4 times 13.5. Let's go ahead and do that to double check our work. So 13.5 times 4, I'm just going to do a quick check. That equals 54, and 54 plus 36 equals 90. So I can prove my answer is correct. Now let's move on to the next activity, which is part B. In part B, I see a straight line here, and I see a line here. I see x, and I see x minus 4 in parentheses. Since both of these add up to a straight line, they are supplementary, and supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So x plus x minus 4 equals 180 degrees. Let me move this over here. Whoops. We'll just leave that there. Okay, so now I'm going to combine my terms. I have an x here and another x here. X plus x makes 2x minus 4 equals 180. To solve, I need to add 4 to both sides. So I get 2x equals 184. Divide both sides by 2. Whoops. There we go. There's some more space. When I divide both sides by 2, I get x is equal to 92 degrees. Or x is equal to 92. Now I would like you to work on example 3 with me. And if you have a protractor at home, you need to pause the video and go get your protractor out, because this will definitely help you for activity 3. We need to draw a pair of adjacent supplementary angles. So they are 180 degrees, and they are next to each other with a common line and a common vertex since they're adjacent. And it says, make sure that one angle measure has a measure of 60 degrees. So I'm going to use my protractor here, and oops, not sure what happened. Okay, so let's try. I'm just going to delete this. I'm not sure what this means. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to use my protractor, and I'm going to measure an angle that's 60 degrees, which is about 2/3 of the way before making a right angle. So here's 59 degrees. Oh, there's 60. Now I'm going to form a straight line at 0 degrees. There's my straight line. And then I'm going to draw a line where 60 degrees would be, and I'm going to extend it all the way through. So now when I move my protractor, this angle here is 60 degrees. And I know that if I added 60 degrees plus the measure here, it will form a straight line, which would equal 180. So the missing measure here would be 120 degrees. So here's my adjacent line, or my adjacent angles. There's this common line right here. And I know if one angle is 60, the other angle is obtuse at 120 degrees. Now I would like you to tell me on 4 and 5 if the angles are complementary or supplementary, and then find the value of x. And then for number 6, if you can draw a pair of adjacent supplementary angles so that one measure is only 15 degrees. Now, if you don't have a protractor, it's okay. Use the one in your book on page 279, and that will help you estimate the 15-degree measurement. And now I would like you to work on the exit ticket. Tell me if this is true or false. Number 1, supplementary angles could be both acute. Number 2, supplementary angles could be congruent. 3, complementary angles sum to 180 degrees. Complementary angles could be obtuse, or every angle has a complement and a supplement. That means every angle can add up to 90 or 180. So pause the video and work this out. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.